Why is it so important that we pick up on these early signs and diagnose canine OA earlier in the disease process?
So, right, so Meryl, we can circle back to that original pathophysiology. You get that little ding in the cartilage and it releases those catabolic enzymes, and the whole process begins from there. And it worsens the process, and not only does the degradation of the cartilage accelerate, guess what else accelerates? It's the sensitization there in the joint and in the spinal cord. This is where pain becomes maladaptive through chronic inflammation. It's just one of the mechanisms that pain processing becomes worse than it really should be. It's amplified basically in the spinal cord, but also in the joint. So the scope of the pain, the nature of the pain, the field of the pain, so it's not just right here, but it can be the whole leg and that type of thing. So sensitization is a process that occurs gradually over a long period of time in the case of osteoarthritis. And the point being to your question is that everything we do early on, has a ripple effect many, many years later. And I know we're not good at living for anything but the day, but the fact is that everything we do early on can make a big difference in those dogs 5 years later, 10 years later, and not only improve their quality of life, but their length of life. And we know that in the literature as well.
So you're saying that in the current state of things, where we're not catching dogs until they're in the more severe stages and they're older, that basically the disease has gone on long enough that they already have this maladaptive chronic pain windup that can be more difficult to treat than if we were to intervene sooner.
That's correct.